Hello and welcome to Farmer Studios. My name is Claire and I'm here to teach a half-hour yoga session. So roll your mat out and join me. So let's begin. Sitting comfortably on your mat. This practice is for all levels, so always listening to your body. It's great to stretch, but if anything twinges or hurts, or if you have any injuries, just paying attention and being very mindful. Our first practice today is on the Muladhara chakra, the grounding lower energy center in the body. So begin seated comfortably. I'd like you to close your eyes and just begin to tune in towards the body. So we're aiming to calm ourselves down in this practice. Take your attention to the soles of the feet. And then bring your attention in towards the pelvis area. Imagine the pelvis as a bowl. Take your attention to the palms of your hands. Notice if one hand is slightly warmer than the other. Bring your attention to the tip of your nose, to the center of your tongue. Now we're going to pay attention towards our breathing. So just again with your eyes closed, let's take a mudra with this. So we're going to bring the thumb in towards the ring finger, which represents the fire and the earth element. And this is called Prithvi mudra. So again, closing the eyes and tuning into your breath. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Notice where the breath lands and slowly exhale. As you're breathing in and out, I'll just tell you a little bit about this energy center, the Muladhara chakra. It's based in the bottom of the pelvis, and it represents all our needs in the world just as a human being. So financial security, housing, food, all our basic human needs. It's really important to feel grounded in this area. Otherwise we can feel anxious, angry, afraid. Let's tune into the breath a bit deeper. So we're going to breathe in through the nose. Take that breath all the way down towards the belly. And see if you can push out the belly as you breathe in. And then slowly exhale. We'll do this next one with a count. So going to breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. See if you can hold for 1, 2, and exhale 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll take another couple of breaths, this time even deeper. So we're going to try and aim the breath all the way down into the pelvis. So imagine this bowl shape. Inhale all the way down, and as we take that breath all the way down, imagine a flame being ignited. And that flame is warming and relaxing the pelvis area. And release. This time we'll focus on the exhale as well. So we're going to breathe in, spark that warming flame up in the pelvis area, and as we exhale, drawing in the pelvic floor 1 and 2 levels, pulling the lower belly in and then up towards the navel. And this will support the whole of our lower back area. And just using our breath, we're connecting to the core. Let's take one more of those. You can still have your eyes closed. Inhale. Soften and widen in the pelvis, and then exhale that contraction feeling, belly in towards the back. And gently opening the eyes if you like. We're going to inhale forwards, release the head, and use that exhale breath, belly in towards the back to unfold and lengthen through the spine. Take a couple more of those with your own breath in your own time. Folding forwards, release. Use the exhale to lengthen the spine, as if your vertebra is stacking one on top of the other. One more time down. You could hang out here for a little bit. And then when you're ready, unfolding ourselves back up. We take our head to one shoulder, Inhale through the center and exhale to the other shoulder. And then back to the center. Let's have a little stretch. Just gently placing your hand on the mat, ear to shoulder. And then the other side. I'm not sure you can see my whole mat. I'm just going to shovel back a little bit. There we go. We'll take a little twist as well. So I'm going to place the hand on the knee, lift up and lengthen through the spine, place your other hand behind you, exhale and twist to look over the shoulder. Don't forget to breathe. And then returning back to the center. Inhale, place the hand on knee and behind, and then exhale as you twist. And then returning back to the center. So we're going to roll ourselves down into Apanasana. This place here, knees into the chest, is really great for releasing anxiety. So if you feel anxious or worried, just curl yourself up, wrap your arms around your knees and give yourself a hug. It's also known as wind relieving posture, so massaging the digestive system as well. We're going to take the feet wide and have a little rock from side to side. If you want, you can put blocks underneath the knees and the thighs to support the pelvis, or pillows, whatever you have there. I'm going to take a few crunches here. So having the palms on top of each other, knees are extended. With an exhale, pulling the belly to the back, we're going to lift ourselves up. So the hands are pulling down between the feet. We're going to take 7 more of those. Exhale. Take your time, you could pause the video. And 8. If you want to pause the video and do a few more, you can also do that. Okay, so from here, just tuck the knees back into the chest for a moment, extend the legs long, stretch through the wrists, point and flex the feet, and we're going to rock ourselves up into boat posture. So, in a little rock and come up. Try not to tip your toes on the ground, but don't worry if you do. So from here, our boat, if this feels too much, you could wrap yourself up like a little parcel. You're sitting on your 2 sit bones and your tailbone. If you want to explore and you've practiced yoga before, you can extend the legs a little bit further out, or even the whole way. And we're going to take full breaths here together, lifting the rib cage up towards the thighs. Did you see the wobbling? So allow that wobbling to happen. And remember, take this at your own pace. So if you needed to just stay small in that, that's absolutely fine. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. We'll have a little rock from side to side. And then we're going to fold ourselves forwards. Again, this might feel too much, so you might just be happy to be in this position here. You might want to have blocks or cushions under your thighs. And just gently begin to open and stretch through the inner thigh. We've all got different shaped pelvises, so it's not always possible to have your knees flat onto the mat. If you want to take it a little bit further, just pressing the soles of the feet upright, inhale, lift, and then exhale, folding. And we'll take a couple of breaths either here or seated. Release the head, release the shoulders and the jaw. And use the exhale to unfold you all the way back up. Okay, so tuck the feet underneath you, and we're going to come onto all fours. So first of all, we'll work on strengthening our wrist to prepare us for downward facing dog. So have your fingers spread wide. And we're just going to make little circles over our wrist joints. So you're going to inhale as you come to the front, and then exhale as we draw back. Notice your abdominal muscles are working as you're drawing back. Let's take this in the other direction. And then release. So I want to introduce you, if you've not discovered this before, to Hasta Bandha. So Hasta is Sanskrit for hand and Bandha means lock. This is going to give us a lot more power in our downward facing dog and also protect our wrist joints. So, what we're going to do, sorry I just lost my focus for a moment, what we're going to do, place the hands in front of us and just for an example, going to have the hands in a neutral position. And we're not even going to think about our breath. And I just want you to press down with your hands and try and lift your knees off the mat. So this is me in my attempt. And that's as far as I can go. So give that a few pushes just to experiment. And also notice how much it's impacting on your wrist bone. There's a lot of weight from the shoulder going into the wrist. So now we activate our lock. We're going to take 10 fingertips and press them into the mat. So aside from the baby finger to the heel of the hand is also connected, we have this slight cupping or suction opening in the palm. So we're pressing down hard enough for the fingertips to turn pale. Walk the knees back again, and this time we'll also engage our exhale breath, the one we practiced at the beginning. So we're pulling the belly in towards the back. So join me, we're going to inhale, and then as you exhale, connect the fingertips down into the mat, take that exhale into the belly, and just notice how much more power you have in your hands. Let's take that a few times. You can pause the video for a moment and practice that. So it comes with the breath, you press down with the fingertips, and as you exhale, you're lifting, and then releasing down. This is a great way to tone your arms in such a simple way. You're drawing energy up through the ground, you're using your breath to connect to your core strength, so it's all working together. So practice that whenever you need to in your downward facing dog. So we're going to come into our cow-cat, coming onto all fours, wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. Inhale, bring the chest through the arms. And then as you exhale, pull the belly into the back and the tailbone will follow, and tuck the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, opening up the heart, and then exhale, drawing back. While you're doing this, be really aware of your legs and your feet connecting into the earth. So you've got this nice earth connection in this practice. Inhale, and then exhale. Draw yourself back to your heels and walk the arms, extend them long in front of you. We're going to inhale and come up again to all fours. And we're practicing our chaturanga, so it's a little press to build strength in the shoulders. Going to exhale and draw the elbows into the waist, and then push back up. And then back to the heels. I'm going to take 4 more of those. Again, you can pause and do 8 or 15, or whatever you need today to build up that strength. Use your breath, inhale forwards, exhale down, and then we inhale, draw back. Release the breath, exhale. Inhale, we come forwards, exhale. So because this is a nice earthy practice, this particular one, we're doing everything nice and slow and focused, so we stay really in the body. Let's do a couple more of those. You might even want to hold there. Feel the belly contract as you pull back. Inhale. Exhale. And push back. We're going to rest here in Child's Pose Balasana. We'll bring the arms down by the side so we can rest out our wrists. And just release the head to the ground. I'm going to pause here for 4 breaths. When you're in your child's pose here, just inhale through the back of the body. Visualize the breath pouring down the back of the body, melting away any tension, reaching all the way down to the base of the spine. Inhale, slowly returning up to kneeling. Place the hands in front of you. We're coming into Malasana, a squat pose. So when you're first practicing this, it might be hard to get the heels down onto the ground. Things that we can do for that is spend time, if you can, sitting with your toes curled, so we're stretching through the soles of the feet, or just coming into a toe balance. Or if you're working on your Malasana and getting that stretch through the backs of the legs, put pillows or cushions or blocks underneath the heels, or you could even sit on the heel, on a block. So we'll take our Prithvi Mudra again, and that's the ring finger and thumb connect. Bring the hands on the inside of the thighs, have a little bit of resistance as the thighs push into the arms and the arms slightly push back. The tailbone is drawing down towards the ground. We take 4 breaths here. And place the hands in front of you, turn the feet behind the wrists. Pull the belly in towards the back and lengthen the spine. So you're looking ahead rather than straight down. If your knees need to be bent, then they can be. You don't have to be straight. From there, we're going to inhale, keep pressing down with the feet. And then bringing the arms up. I'm going to sink down into chair. We're going to hold this for 4 breaths. Again, press the heels down into the mat. The knees are tracking the second toe, so the knees are forwards. Pull the belly into the back as you unfold yourself forwards again. Walk the feet wide, and we're sinking back into our Malasana, our garland squat. Again, taking that mudra. We're going to do this for another 4 breaths. Again, place the hands in front of you. Turn the toes so they're facing forwards behind the wrist. Press down with the feet. We're unfolding again, and again we're coming into our chair. Keep the length through the back. The neck is part of that length, so avoid looking down or looking up. Arms by the ears if you can, or you could bring them into the heart. Press the heels down into the mat. And then releasing down. We're going to come down onto all 4s. And this is where we can use our Hatha Bandha. Wrists are under the shoulders and the knees are under the hips. We're spreading our fingers wide. We're going to push ourselves up into downward facing dog. So take an inhale and curl the toes, and as you exhale, push the tailbone up towards the ceiling, belly draws into the back. When you're new to the practice, your heels might not come down. So what you can do is walk the feet wide of the mat, and then just very slowly walking in place and gently getting that stretch through the back of the legs, which takes quite some time, so don't worry. Let's just play with this for a bit. It's going to take 5 breaths here, so just staying here, just being fun, playing around. And if your heels do come down, you could bring your feet together and lift the toes. You could take one foot behind the other for a stronger stretch. Or you could try a little twist, so opposite hand to ankle. So just exploring your downward facing dog in your own time. Remember, when you've had enough, you can come down and rest in child's and rejoin when you're ready. Let's all come down together for a moment and just rest out the wrists. So you can just bring the fingers behind you, take them back, little wrist rotations. Okay, so I'm going to go back into downward facing dog. You might want to pause the video and watch what I'm doing first and then join in. So I'm back into my downward facing dog. Tailbone lifts towards the ceiling, and I'm just thinking about my sit bones opening or just lifting upwards. This time my feet are going to be close together, but don't worry about the heels coming down. We're going to lift the heels high with an inhale. We're going to use an exhale breath to pull the belly in towards the back to push us forwards into plank. So don't let your belly fall, bring that tummy up around the waist, and then we're going to draw back again. We'll take 2 more of those. Inhale, lift, exhale, forwards. Pushing back. Inhale, lift, exhale, forwards. And this time we're going to lower the knees, feel the feet pressing into the ground, forearms down, and then bring the hips down. We're in our low back bend, Sphinx. So the forearms are parallel to each other, the fingers are spread wide. Keep pressing the forearms down and drawing the shoulders down from the ears. The tailbone grows long towards the feet, or you could imagine the tailbone tucking underneath you. Again, we're taking 4 breaths here. If you feel any compression at all on your back, just gently bring yourself back into child's pose. Press the feet into the ground, draw the thighs together. Place the hands under the shoulders, and then come on tabletop, straight back into our downward facing dog. Let's spend a bit of time here again, just releasing the back. So again, you're walking in place, just gently lowering the heels. So we're going to take 1 more back bend. This one's a little higher, so if this one feels too much, Bhujangasana, the cobra, just stay with the first one we did. So this time, inhale, exhale, plank. And instead of coming down onto forearms and the hips, we're going to bring the knees down first. I'm slightly walk my hands forward, tuck the elbows inwards, bring the chest and chin down as we scoop up into cobra. So you can see this is stronger. If it feels too much, stay with the first one. Keep pressing the hands into the earth. Collarbones widening, shoulders down from the ears. And then gently release down this time. Bring your cheek to the mat, the big toes together and the arms down by your side. This is an opportunity to rest out the lower back. So send your breath all the way down there. Imagine the back releasing, expanding, and space being created there. Inhale, bring the chin forwards, hand under the shoulders, push yourself back into child's pose, but with full attention on that lower back still. Arms extended in front of you. Bring the hands towards you and then come onto the toes. We'll have a little balance here, over here. Then bring in the heels down towards the ground. Again, lift the toes. And just experience just underneath the ball of the big toe and underneath the big toe and little toe and the ball of the feet. 2 points, and press those down into the ground, and then press in the center of the heel. We've got another lock coming when we do this, so press those points down and unfold ourselves up to standing. Arms above our head. and then release down. Just rotating the shoulders back. I want you to bring all your attention towards your right foot. I'm going to mirror you here. So all the attention in the right foot, and I want you to feel that foot just rooting down into the earth. Imagine tree roots growing from the sole of the feet down and down, anchoring you and drawing the energy down as we begin to lift up. So I can feel a lift through the front of my thigh as my foot plants down. And when we've got that sensation of stability, just going to explore our balance as we move into Vrikshasana, tree pose. So this position or this posture requires a lot of focus, which helps to really calm the mind down if your mind is feeling excessively busy. You can't think and balance at the same time. When we've decided where we want our tree to be, our other foot, we're just going to place it there. So if you're feeling you're new to the practice or your balance isn't great today, take it low so the heel is pressing into the ankle. A little bit higher. Arch of the foot into the calf so they fit really nicely together, or even higher. I'm going to look straight ahead now, foot in towards the thigh. I'm going to bring to the hands to the heart in prayer, and you're going to maintain a focus just ahead of you. So this is the focus that will keep us balanced. Remember choosing your height that's right for you. We're going to take 5 breaths here. Begin to explore the arms coming up, taking that mudra. It's hard to talk in tree. So ring finger and thumb out. As if we're growing tree branches. Allow yourself to wobble and then releasing down. So wobbling is part of life. We are continuously just regaining our direction. We might steer off a little bit and then we find our path again. And it's that same with these wobbles, just allow them to happen. And it's all good. Now we're going to root down with that left foot now, so that left foot is pushing down into the earth as the front of the thigh is lifting up, or lifting out of the hip. We're going to explore our balance first, as if we're on a tightrope. And then choose the height of your tree. Again, low, heel to ankle. Arch of the foot into the calf or into the thigh. Set your focus. You don't have to do this. It's just exploring balance as we move the arms into different positions. You can keep them at your heart. Lifting through the front of the body, deep breath. And then releasing. So you've still got that strong focus, that strong sense of being grounded. You know you can be stable. When you choose to be, you are strong. Planting that foot slowly down and being really mindful of the feet. I'm going to inhale, lift up the arms, and then exhale, fold forwards. Step back with the right foot and then the left, and we're back into a downward facing dog one more time, just enjoying that. Pushing the earth away, coming onto the toes, enjoying that oxygen flow to the brain. Belly draws in towards the back. We're coming down onto the knees. Going to cross the ankles. I always do this in my classes. Swinging through. Shuffling down the mat and coming down one vertebra at a time to rest in Shavasana. You might want to bring the knees into the chest first, have a little rock before you're ready. You might want to have your Shavasana with the knees bent or the full posture. Legs extended along the mat, feet rotating outwards slightly, and the palms are facing up. So as you rest here, I'm going to take you through a little guided relaxation. Just close your eyes. Bring your attention to the soles of your feet. Allow your feet to soften and relax. Feel the warmth traveling up through the legs. The legs are heavy. Into the pelvis and warming the belly. Feel the warmth traveling up through the back, melting all the muscle tension in the back of the body. As you exhale, allow yourself to sink down a little bit more. Feel the weight of the head. Arms are soft and relaxed. The eyelids are heavy. Breathing deeply, softening and relaxing. Allow yourself to be here for 5 minutes, just letting go, and an affirmation for this energy center could be as you bring your attention all the way down to the pelvis. You've got this red lotus flower we're imagining. And you could say, I am safe. I am supported. All is well. I am safe. I am supported. All is well. I am safe. I am supported. All is well. And then when you're ready to come out, a little stretch. And then gently roll over and come up to seated. Press pause there, just relax. Namaste.